So check this out, everybody. We are at what's called the Grinder at Bud's. This is where Hell Week starts. This is the Grinder. We are here. Captain, Commander Brad Giri's retirement. Right here, this is, I'm going to just show you guys. See where all the little feet go? So, really cool story. Tell you real fast before we tell you why we're here. See this concrete? Since 1970, all the SEALs that have been produced have essentially trained in the same place here in Coronado, but they did some adjustments and some building stuff, but they didn't want to get rid of all the blood and the sweat and the flesh that is in this concrete. So they had somebody, they actually grinded it up and made new concrete out of it. So what you're seeing right now beneath me here on the Grinder at the Bud's training grounds is essentially the same place that every SEAL since 1970 has trained and bled and sweat and been grinded. It's pretty amazing thing. And they literally just before I went on, they just moved it. Is where You Never Want a Ring is. They just had a class that graduated this morning, so I'm gonna do that fast. I don't think they want their names up there, but that's where the bell is. You don't want to touch. Why are we here? I wanted to do this video. There's Larry. What up? We wanted to do this video with you guys because it's a humbling experience and honor to be here. Many of you guys know that a couple of years ago when the COVID thing kicked off and they were doing the jab and threatening military members, that the Navy SEALs from across teams invited us to a secret meeting in Virginia to come and talk to them about God's law, God's word, and their resistance to the jab. And so Pastor Luke and I were very humbled to do that. We flew out there, met with SEALs from across the teams, including Dev Gru or SEAL Team 6, and God used that meeting. The SEALs asked me to break the story to the media that they were being threatened. They were being threatened at that time with even jail.
Yes.
All kinds of terrible dishonorable discharge. We broke the story with Tucker Carlson and a number of other news networks. That led to the creation of Stand With Warriors. We started with Stand With Warriors to help to fight the legal battles a lot of these SEALs and other members of the military were going through as they resisted the jab, which was their right to do. That led then, because of our connections with the Navy SEALs, to us breaking the story with Captain Brad Giri, who was the commander here at Bud's
during that time.
So he was still active duty really until today.
Yes.
Active duty. We broke the story at Apologia Studios. That led to a number of other things he did, including the Sean Ryan show. And so we were honored. Captain Giri asked us to come to his retirement right here, this hallowed grounds at where they do Bud's. This is the Grinder. So this is seen the History Channel documentary about Class 234, and this is where it all takes place. So we are right now on base, essentially, and we wanted to share this video with you while we're here to let you know how grateful we are for all of you guys, all of the years, your prayers for the ministry, the things that God does, sometimes we never even see coming, and how He uses the ministry of Apologia Church and Apologia Studios to literally establish justice in people's lives and to help people, to protect people. And so I wanted to thank you. Luke wanted to thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
For sharing the content. You know, you may have seen the content and shared the thing of Captain Giri, but that actually helped to put the fear of God into the Navy. And the way that they were persecuting him. And so now we were able to formally come to his retirement. It could have ended much worse, much worse.
Yes.
And so Captain Giri wants to thank you, and we want to thank you for watching the content here in Apologia Studios, for being a part of All Access to make out all of it possible, but also for sharing the content. God truly uses it. It was honestly crazy being here today because there are some legendary Navy SEALs here. As a matter of fact, I was getting like a schoolgirl.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be dumb.
When they pointed out one of the original men with green face guys, one of the original Vietnam Navy SEALs, they used to call them the men with green faces. They used to go through the jungles of Vietnam in blue jeans in bare feet with green faces and just struck horror into the Viet Cong. They were terrified of the men in green faces, and one of them was sitting right in front of me up front. That was intimidating. There's like DevGru operators all around us and like Navy SEAL legends all around us in Gold Star families. This was really a humbling experience, and we wanted to share it with you. So, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I was just going to say, again, you have no idea what sharing the content does, right? So here we were able to come and help Brad with Stand With Warriors. And now he's retired, which, by the way, he gave us a shout out in his retirement speech, which was amazing. Moment I'll never forget. But now he's been hired by in the Trump cabinet by Pete Hegseth to continue the work he's been doing it to the glory of God to try to fix the military. And so everyone sharing that's gotten us to this has helped get Brad to this point. So thank you. It's amazing.
Truly, that's what it's humbling to hear them say it. But Captain Giri and his wife talking about how God used Apologia to get them to where they're at right now in terms of the justice that they were able to finally embrace to get him to his retirement. He is a legend in the SEAL community. One of the guys here walked up to me. He said, "Did somebody tell you that? Anybody ever tell you look like a pastor named Jeff Durbin?" I was like, I am. And he's a Navy SEAL. And he, obviously said, "Thank you for the content you guys do. It really changes lives." And then he said, Giri is probably the most respected Navy SEAL in the community right now, hands down. And so this is a very big deal to be here today, to be invited. And we just wanted you guys to know that if you are a part of Apologia Studios by All Access, you made this man's life possible and what happened today. Because this content doesn't get produced without your participation and your being part of this ministry. And if you shared the content, it means more than you can possibly understand.
Yep.
So from Pastor Luke and I,
thank you.
Thank you, everybody.